I just came inside from shoveling. This is probably the 15th time I've shoveled the driveway in the last 5 days. The snow will just not stop here in the Chicago area. It's not that much snow, but it is just enough that I kind of have to shovel if I want my mail carrier to be able to get to the porch to pick up my packages. So I'm all decked out in winter gear. I'm going to get this off, get into regular clothes, and then I'll show you a few things that I picked up today at my lunch break thrift store. Maybe 4 or 5 items I think are going to do pretty well. And then we'll get done with that and go to the kitchen and pack up today's orders. I'm not sure how many it is right now, but it's not a bad day. The third day in a row, I think we're doing pretty well. So stick around to the end and I'll tell you everything about profits on each of the items that sold today and how much money we made for the whole day, and then ultimately my plans for what I think I might be doing with the hope of actually reaching my $50,000 profit for the year goal. We've got less than a month to get there, and we need to earn quite a lot of money. So I did a little bit of work today thinking about this, and maybe we can get there. We'll find out. But right now, I'm going to go get changed, and then we'll come back and get some work done. Okay, so here's the 4 items that I picked up today. No Christmas stuff, so none of this stuff is really like needs to get listed immediately, but I am working towards getting to that $50,000 goal, and I think part of that is just getting more and more stuff listed. So I will do my best to get all of these 4 things listed and then see what happens tomorrow. So I'll at least get 4 things tonight, but I'm trying to get more like 7 or 10 things listed every day. So we'll see how it goes. I'll talk more about it when we do some packing. So all right, these are the things I got. This is from my lunch break thrift store. They always have something interesting there. So today I found this little set. I've never seen these kind of things before. I think it's Carnival glass, and it's like these little tiny, it's like a little tiny tea set, I guess, a children's tea set. And it has sheep on it. This is like a little creamer. I don't know what this would be for. Technically, it's got a little sheep on it as well. And then this bowl, probably a sugar bowl, has this cool sheep on the lid. And again, I don't know exactly what this dish would be for, this kind of a carafe, but it has the same thing. Oh, maybe, is this cracked? It's got some crazing on it, but I don't know if it goes all the way through. Yeah, I guess it kind of does. So this one has a broken tail, and then it looks like, now that I'm holding it in the light, it looks like it's cracked here. Anyway, these 4 pieces plus the lids, they call it a 6-piece set, was $5. I've seen some of these. I haven't seen any clear ones like this, but there's a lot of different colors, and even like uranium glass ones and like iridescent glass ones. And some of these are listed on eBay for like $80 to over $100 for a complete set like this. Unfortunately, got some condition issues, and I suspect this clear glass isn't going to be as highly sought after. So I'm probably going to try 35 for these 4 pieces. So $5, try to turn it into $35. I was really excited that I was going to get 80 or 100 for them, but they're in pretty rough shape, I guess. I mean, most of them are fine, but that one has some issues. Maybe I shouldn't have bought this Sierra Club bag. It's like a messenger bag. But today was the 50% off blue tag day, so it was $4, only $2. I'm pretty sure this would be the kind of thing like they would give you as a gift for donating to the Sierra Club. Which I don't know much about it, but I think it's just sort of an environmental protection group. This bag has some like light areas, and I think that's probably where they were trying to clean some stains off, because I can see a couple of stains here on the back. So those stains were a little bit of a put off, but I decided to pick it up anyway since it was only $2. But I mean, it's not that exceptional. I think the best prices on these are like $24, and the condition that this one's in, I'm probably just going to do like 15 or 16. So $2 into 15, maybe not the best, but it's okay. I'll take a deal like that. And then I almost passed up these 3 bowls. They're just like, they just look like standard plastic bowls, but I do know that melamine can be sought after, collectible. And then I looked at the bottom and it says Texas Ware, so I knew Texas Ware is a good brand. This one says, I think it says 1986, and I put in the listing 1988. Had to take my glasses off to look at this. 1986. Dallas, Texas, Plastic Manufacturers Company. So they make these in all different colors, and I think the most collectible ones are like confetti, like they look like spatter, like they probably just put a bunch of different colors of plastic in the mold when they were casting these. But I found one bowl like this, totally white, number 135. This is a 16-inch across bowl. It's really big. Like, it may not look like it on camera, but it's really very big. And there's one on Etsy that I think is about 160 they're asking for, maybe 140. And then one on eBay that's like 150 or 160. So no solds for those kind of prices. No solds at all, really. There is one sold of a different color, and it was an auction, and I think it sold for like $45. So I paid $4 a piece for these. So if I could get $45 for it, I'd be perfectly happy with that. But I'm going to list these at $80 a piece and hope for the best. And then that gives me a lot of wiggle room if I want to lower the price. They're pretty dirty. I'm going to have to clean these before I take pictures. And then the last thing I picked up today here is, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of these sets of Beethoven music. So this is volume 5. There's volume 1 through 10 here. I've seen these sitting there in this thrift store. They've been just sitting on the floor for several months. They have $4 a piece for the ones that are open and $5 a piece for the ones that are sealed. So there's 7 out of the 10 are still sealed, which I think is going to be a good selling point for me once I get these listed. These ones that are open, they do have a little bit of damage, water damage, and some tearing on some of the slip cases. But these sell pretty regularly. The entire 10 box set. I think there's 5 records in each one, so 50 records. I think they sell pretty regularly for like just around $200 plus shipping. There's one that's like $220 plus like $180 shipping. So I don't think it's going to cost that much to ship these. But what did I end up getting them for? Total, because this was a blue tag too, so these were half off. That's kind of what I was waiting for. Like, I didn't want to pay over. It would be like close to $60 for the whole set, with the hope that I could sell it for $200, but probably more likely sell it for like $150 or something. But for $26, which is what it came out to after the blue sticker discount, I was happy to take these, and they were happy to get rid of them. So yeah, I'm going to try to list these. Since most of them are sealed, I'm going to try to put them at $250 and see. Again, I got plenty of wiggle room. They are selling for like $175 to $200, so I'll hope to get $250 because of the condition, and then if not, just drop it down to $200 in a couple of weeks or a couple of months or whatever. They are big and they're going to take up a lot of room, so I don't want them sitting around here forever, but I do want to maximize profit out of these, so I'm going to try that $250 and see how. So that's it for new inventory. I'll probably go back there tomorrow just to see if there's anything else coming out of the back room and putting out on the sales room floor. And then if I find anything good, I'll show it to you tomorrow. But right now, I think since we've been talking, 2 more orders have come in, and it's not that late, but it's after 9. And I want to get all of this packing done and get to bed early tonight. So let's go to the kitchen, get everything packed, and call it a night. Alrighty, I pulled the 8 orders. Only 7 of them are going to get packed tonight. There's one bigger one that I'm going to save for tomorrow. It has a longer handling window. I think I've got a 3-day handling window on like really big stuff in case I need to scramble to figure out a box situation. But I do have 7 things that will definitely go out tonight. So none of them going to be too complicated. So we're going to go through this as quickly as we can. And I'm gonna set a stopwatch and try to remember to check it when we're done. See exactly how long this takes to get these orders packed up. I think it's going to be pretty quick, maybe less than 20 minutes. So let's see, stopwatch I've hit start now, so let's go. First thing I have here is this Patagonia hat. This has been sitting in my inventory for a little while. I think I got it in February at the Goodwill, and I paid $4 for it. I don't find that much Patagonia stuff. That might be the only Patagonia thing I've ever had. Oh, well, I think I had a t-shirt one time that turned out to have a tear in it or something. But somebody contacted me this morning and asked if I would take their offer. They sent me an offer, which wasn't that low. I think I had it listed for $36, and they sent me a $28 offer. And in the notes of the offer, they said, she said, this was my boyfriend's favorite hat. He had one exactly like it, and he lost it, and he is always talking about how he wishes he could have his hat. So I'm trying to get him one for Christmas. So she apologized for the low offer, which wasn't really that low. It was a very reasonable offer, actually. And then she said the shipping was going to be high, which is true because this is going to England. So I have heard some stories about the eBay International Shipping Program taking longer than people might like. So I hope that it can get there by Christmas for her, but I have my doubts. I mean, I don't know for sure that it's going, and hopefully it won't cause me any problems, but I don't think it will, because that's kind of the best part of the eBay International Shipping Program is like once you get it to, I'm going to write on here Pat Hat, because I guess that's kind of funny. Once you get it to the hub, you've got nothing to worry about. Then you get it to the hub, then eBay takes over. Well, the shipping people take over. And this shipping hub is very close to me. So this is going to EIS, AS, and yeah, London. So we'll get that out and hopefully get it to her by Christmas time. I suspect this is a Christmas gift too. This is Doctor Who, the Game of Time and Space, 1980 board game from Games Workshop. I got this in September. It feels much longer ago than that, actually. This was at a garage sale where I got like really a lot of good stuff for pretty good prices. So I don't know if you've seen if you've watched my other videos, you would have seen a bunch of like boys' adventure books from the 70s and other kind of kids, like young adult books from that time period. And I sold those. Those were some of the biggest sales I've had. I sold a lot of books for they were Alfred Hitchcock's 3 Investigators series. I sold those, I think, for close to maybe $700. I can't remember for sure. Could have been $550 or maybe it was $770. It was a lot anyway. It was one of the biggest sales I've had this year. And that's one of the reasons why October was such a big sales month for me, because of this one garage sale. So these I picked up on September 19th at a garage sale, and I wish I had spent more time there. There's probably a lot more stuff I could have bought that would have made me a lot of money. I paid only $1 for this, and I'm going to sell it. It sold for $36.99 plus shipping. They had a table there that just said, I just asked the guy, how much is this? And he said, everything on this table is $1. Like, this can't be right. There was like Harley Davidson wallets and all kinds of stuff that was like, feels like anybody should know is worth more than $1. And then I was trying to buy a box of cameras that all looked pretty rough. And for whatever reason, they were like, way, way overpriced on those cameras. All of the stuff that was going to make me, maybe I'll have made like $2,000 or $3,000 from that one garage sale. Everything else that I bought, they were just like basically giving it away. I think I spent a total of $25 at that sale, maybe $30. And the guy helped me carry all my stuff to the car too. So, service, that's the kind of service you want. Okay, Doctor Who. I forgot to weigh this hat, which is only 6 ounces. Doctor Who weighs 2 pounds 3, so I'll just put 3 pounds. 13 by 11 by 3. This is going to, I'm going to send this to BW in Texas. So there we go, 2 down. What's next? These are next. This is a set of American Girl books. It's kind of a mishmash of different series. Molly, Samantha, 2 Samantha books, 2 or 3, maybe 5 Samantha books and a couple of Molly books. There's no rhyme or reason. They're not in any kind of order or anything. So this was kind of it was anybody's guess if these were going to sell or not. I know people like to sell them, or people like to buy them when it's a complete set in, you know, every book from the whole series. And this is just a little bit of a mishmash. I got these. Did I pay for these? I got these for free, and this was in September. I got them for free. I sold them for $25.49. So we must be hitting sale territory. So I turned a sale on. I turned 2 different sales on my shop today. So as you probably know, I've been working towards this goal of $50,000. The month of November was a little bit of a letdown, and that made me think there's no way we're going to reach that goal. Right now at this point, I need to bring in before the end of the year close to, it's like 7,500 or closer to 8,000. I can't remember, but I did some conversations today with ChatGPT asking about how much money do I need to make by the end of each day to get to that goal by the end of the year. And it was telling me basically $270 a day profit if I want to hit $50,000. And normally I would have just ended that. I'm going to put some bubble wrap around this. These books these like paperback books are kind of, I'm worried about them getting smashed. So I'm going to just bubble them up a little. So I basically asked it how many days are there until the end of the year, and how much money do I have to make every day in order to reach $50,000 profit. And it told me this number, $270 every day. And then it asked me a question that I wouldn't have thought of on my own. It said, do you want me to predict the likelihood that you might actually reach that goal? And so I was like, yeah, sure, do that prediction. And then it came back basically saying 50 to 60%. There's a 50 to 60% chance that you're going to reach that goal. And then it said, if you want to increase that chance to 75%, you should, here's the things that you should do. And it told me, list 7 items per day, every day until the end of the year. And then I don't know where it came up with this number, but it said, put a sale of 15% off in your shop from now until December 20th. So I figured I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do what it said. So I put a sale on that's ending on December 21st. 15% off anything that's been in the shop from 45 days to 100 days. And then a 30% sale on anything that's been in the shop 100 days or more. American Girl. This is 4 pounds, 13, 11, 3. We're going to ship this to AW in New Jersey. So we'll try it. I'm going to try to list as much as I can. I don't know that I'll be able to get to 7 items a day just based on the death pile isn't that full. I don't have that much stuff in there. And what I can get at thrift stores is questionable. Garage sale season is over, so all that stuff is out the window. So I'm just basically right now I'm stuck with estate sales, which are not my favorite way to spend my time. Thrift stores, which I do like, but their prices are a little higher, and I usually have pretty good luck finding inventory there. And Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist kind of deals. So we'll see. I don't want to get my hopes up that I'm going to hit that 50 grand. But based on what ChatGPT says, it seems like it could be possible. Okay, I just wrapped this up without even showing you. It's just a Danbury Mint little lighthouse. It's from a set designed by Colin Gough, G-O-U-G-H, called Fisherman's Cove. And this little island is called Lighthouse Point. So yeah, I got a bunch of these, maybe 6 of these. I think it was a big set you buy all at once. And they had it at Goodwill, and most of them were broken. So I just took the ones that were not broken, and they're not really worth a whole lot of money. This, I paid $2 for it, and I sold it for $17. So it's not a big winner, but I thought it would sell a little faster too. This has been since April. I think I sold only one of these, maybe 1 or 2. This might be the 3rd one. You look at sell-through rate, and it's not really a science. It's just kind of it's just sort of a gut feeling about how things are going to go, and sometimes they go they go according to plan and sometimes they don't. So this has been sitting here since April. I think I had it at $18.99 or something like that. Somebody sent me the $17 offer and I just jumped on that. That's fine. Close enough. Okay. What's it called? Danbury. This is pretty light. Well, it's close to 2 pounds. It's surprising. It doesn't feel like it. And $11.97. This is going to MJ in Michigan. Okay, what's next? Okay, going from something pretty light to something pretty heavy. This is like a big C-clamp, or yeah, I guess it's a C-clamp. Samson's Grip is the brand, 406. I got this from the auction house that I get stuff from pretty regularly, from my guy who lives in Park Ridge, pretty close to me. It's about a 10-minute drive. But he just moved, so I think I just lost him as a source of inventory. But when I first found this guy on this auction site, his name is John. He had an auction. He was selling a bunch of stuff, and one of the things was a vintage Martin guitar, like a Martin acoustic guitar. And he started that. He had them start the auction for him, and then he went on vacation. So when I won some items, I'm trying to contact him to figure out when I can go pick this stuff up, and I'm not getting any response, like no response at all. So I'm trying to call the auction house, and they're telling me, well, we don't know what to tell you. He's supposed to answer the phone, and if he doesn't answer the phone, you know, you just got to keep calling, which is a little bit annoying. But I just kept calling. I was leaving messages. I was sending text. I was doing everything I could think of, and finally he responded, and he was in Mexico. He took a vacation in Mexico. And when he did finally come home and I went to pick up this stuff, he's kind of an interesting character, I'll say. He was telling me about that guitar and how surprised he was when he got home because he wasn't looking at the auction at all while he was on vacation. When he got home, it had sold for like $1,500 or something like that. So now he thinks guitars are where it's at. And so the next couple of auctions, he had some guitars, but they're not the same kind of guitars. You know, these are like, I think he was pretty disappointed that he only sold them for like $40 or something. So this will fit in here. I paid up for this a little bit. There's some things I bought from him just because I wanted to keep him as a good source. I'm pretty sure he's a realtor, and sometimes he does house clean outs, and then he's got a garage full of stuff that he just tries to sell through this auction house. But he also just started calling me saying like, oh, I've got some stereo equipment or whatever, you know, stuff that he found, and he just asked me if I want to buy it outright. So I have bought stuff from him that wasn't really in my wheelhouse, or stuff that wasn't really worth selling that much. But I just wanted to keep him, you know, if he comes across something good, I want him to call me first. So I paid $7 for this C-clamp, and it only sold for $20. And I think I'm sure I had it listed for more than that, but somebody sent me an offer. I probably had it at $28. They sent the offer of $20, and I just figured, you know, we got to make sales this month. So I took it. So we'll make, what, $10, $8 on this maybe? We'll see how it goes. We'll figure out the math after I buy a shipping label, and we'll know exactly how much each of these items earned and where we are totally for the year, or for the month, for the day, I guess, the day and the month. C-clamp. This is going to be heavy, 6 pounds. 13 by 11 by 3. It's going to BE in West Virginia, so kind of far too. All right, what's next? I have a set of books here that are going to go in this box. These are, I'll show you in a second. This is a set of Tolkien, Lord of the Rings series, and it's in Polish. So where I live here on the north side, I guess it's the northwest side of Chicago. It's a heavily populated by Polish folks, and you find a lot of foreign language books around, Polish books and Ukrainian books too, also Italian books. I got these at a garage sale for $3, $1 a piece for them. I didn't know if they were going to sell or not, but I do know that Lord of the Rings fans will buy anything unusual or unique to them, you know, so I picked up a lot of Lord of the Rings books. I sold my own set from when I was a kid of the trilogy. It was like in rough condition. It was all covered with black electrical tape, and the pages were all falling out. And I listed that. I can't remember how much I got for it, but it sold like the day I listed it. 1970s edition paperbacks. So I saw these, I snatched them right up, and for $1 a piece, yeah, I'll take those. So I'm gonna wrap those in bubble wrap, and then this box still has quite a bit of space around, so we'll get some paper in there and then load these in. I thought I brought enough boxes for everything, but I've got one more thing to pack, and I need another box. It's gonna be another box exactly like this one, so let's finish this one and then go grab another box. So yeah, I paid $3 for this set and I sold it for $39.19. That's after a 15% off discount, plus shipping, of course. So I'm gonna write on here LOTR. That's 5 pounds, 11 by 9 by 7. This is gonna go to, oh, Polish person, KK, PA. I don't know what the Polish population of Pennsylvania is, but at least one Polish speaker. I suspect those are probably Christmas gift too. Okay, I'm gonna get one more box and I'll be right back. Okay, got it. We're gonna wrap this night up here pretty quickly. So I hope there's no more snow. I don't want to go out there shoveling anymore anytime soon. All right, right here is like our root beer mug from Culver's. This is a heavy duty class mug. I don't know what the date on it is, but it's made by Libbey, so that's something kind of special, I guess. You know, it's got two kind of collector's things. Libbey glass is somewhat collectible. Culver's is if you don't live in the Midwest, it's a fast food chain, and it's one of the ones that's considered, you know, higher quality than others. It's definitely better than McDonald's or whatever, and it has a kind of a reputation across the country, but people can't get it because it's only available like it's probably just Illinois and Wisconsin. I think it started in Wisconsin. So I saw this. I think this came from my lunch break thrift store. Let's see. Yeah, it did. And I got this for only $1. And I knew kind of right away that somebody somewhere in some other state or something. Let's see, where's this going? Oh, it's only going to Illinois, so it's not even going out of state. Anyway, it's a pretty good fast food restaurant, just hamburgers and fries and custard. That's their big thing. There are people who are like super fans, you know. For me, it's good. We eat there, right? Pretty often, I guess. But I wouldn't say like it's that much different than, I mean, I guess it's like if you cooked a hamburger at home. Anyway, it's a good restaurant, has a good reputation, has a big fan base. Also the Libbey connection. I figured I'd buy that for $1. And again, it's a discount, 15% off. So it sold for $17 plus shipping. It's real heavy. I don't think there's any chance of this getting broken in shipping, so I'm not gonna double box it or anything, especially not for only $16.99. But I am gonna pack it. I'm gonna pack this box up pretty tight with paper so it can't move at all. One more little bundle and then we'll close it up. And there might be one more order coming in here right now. I see some eBay notification. Before I even look at it, I'm going to show you these skis behind me. This is Culver's. 3 pounds, 11 by 9 by 7. It's going to TL in, like I said, Illinois. TL and IL. Okay, right here, I have this set of skis. These are the ones I went. Well, the real reason I went outside tonight was to go check the garage and get these skis out. But I figured while I'm out there, I better do some shoveling. So I was going out there specifically to look for those. This person sent me an offer on those. I got 2 pairs of skis like that out of the trash. I was just driving home and they were on the side of the road and I took them. And I sold one set of those for like $150 or something like that. These ones aren't as valuable, so they've been sitting here for a little while. Let's see how long. Since May. And I was trying to sell the 2 pairs together because I didn't want to have to try to package these things up twice. It's a real pain in the butt to get these in a box. I'm gonna have to build a box from scratch basically for that. But so that's why I was trying to keep them pretty high. So I had that after the 15% off offer, or maybe it was 30% off. It was like $75, and somebody sent me a $50 offer, and I rejected that because I don't want to pack that thing up. I don't want to spend an hour packing that thing up and then only make $30 on it after fees and everything. So I rejected that offer, and then they wrote back and said, the most I can offer you is $55. The shipping is going to be pretty high, and I'm not going to use these. I'm just going to cut holes in them and make, what do I call it? Shot ski. So some way to serve drinks to your friends, I guess. So I figured I won't really have to do that great of a job packing it if they're not going to be using these as skis. I won't be like putting tons and tons of bubble wrap or styrofoam around it. So I'll go ahead and take that $55 offer. And luckily I have, for larger items that are going to UPS or whatever, I have a 3-day handling time. So I'm not going to have to pack those tonight. I won't be as tight for time tomorrow. So I'll pack those tomorrow or maybe even Friday when I have the whole day off. I do have to work Saturday and Sunday this week. So any work that I'm going to get done on eBay has to get done on Friday. So anyway, the point is I'm going to wrap those up some other day. Right now I'm going to buy shipping labels. Well, let's check this. Let's check this message. Best offer received, $12. Probably not going to take this. Absolutely not. So I have this pair of jeans. They're $36.99, 30% off. They're on sale for $25.89. The person sent me an offer of $12. So basically they want 75% off of the original price. I'm going to reject that offer right now. I'm not even going to make a counter offer. I usually don't even consider offers on items that are on sale already, especially when they're 30% off. So they're asking me for 53.65% off the sale price, which is already 30% off the original price. So they're basically asking me for 80% off. They're not going to get that. Okay, that's done. I'm going to buy labels for these and then I'll come back and tell you about profits and call it a night. Okay, I almost forgot to turn the timer off when I went a couple minutes over, but 27 minutes here, probably actually 25 took me to wrap these all up. And that was also talking to you and wasting a lot of time doing that. I got everything packed. These boxes are in this IKEA bag ready to go. Now I'm going to quickly go over profits. So let's look at everything that sold today and how much money we made. So the Patagonia hat, $22 even. I'm always surprised when it's an even number like that. Next up, the Doctor Who board game, that's $30.91. Lot of 9 American Girl books, $31.26. The Danbury Mint lighthouse, little figurine, whatever you call it, statuette, $12.48. C-clamp, Samson's grip, $4.06. 6.5-inch opening C-clamp, $9.35. Lord of the Rings, the Polish edition of Lord of the Rings, $27.08. The Culver's glass mug, $13.15. So right now we're at a total of $234.90. So I said earlier we need to be making an average of $270. So I do have my fingers crossed that we'll get a couple more sales before the night is over. It's only 10 o'clock right now, 10 p.m. And the official end of the day for eBay in the Midwest here, Central Time, is 2 a.m. So we've got about 4 hours. We could get some more sales for sure. And then we'll have to deal with those keys tomorrow. But because the last couple of days have been pretty strong, the average profit per day, it's only the third, so it's not like things can't change. But the average profit per day right now is $321.61. So if I can get today to jump up a little bit more, like even just like $40 or $50 more, that would be pretty good. We would be getting ahead of the game a little bit before the month keeps going, and maybe we get some poor sales days. But I don't know if I said it or not, but I am not getting my hopes up. I do not expect to make this 50 grand. It's a lot of money that we need to make, basically double what we made last year in December. So it's probably not going to happen, but if we can get to that 50 grand, it would feel really good. And I'm just going to keep doing everything I can in order to reach that goal. So keep your eye on this channel. I'm going to post videos every day until the end of the year, and keep your eye on my eBay shop. I'm going to be loading that thing up with inventory as fast as I can. So, all right, that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.